It was just devastating to hear the news. I never thought it could happen under my watch.
Lady texting and driving, wasn't paying no attention to the work zone.
Everything was in place, DOT regulations, DOT was on site, and we lost a life that day.
Working around traffic is one of the most hazardous things we do, and is the single biggest source of the most severe incidents within our company. In this reality check, we're having a serious discussion with Dustin, Jeff, and Brandon from Greensboro, North Carolina, who know all too well the hazards involved working around traffic.
I'm Dustin Hazelwood. I've been with the company for 19 years.
Started out in the field as a digger, built sites, stuff like that, made my way up supervisor.
My name's Brandon Hawks. I've been here about 8 years now. Moved my way up to a supervisor. I'm a supervisor now over about 12 crews and subcontractors.
Decided to take a change of careers and see what the telecommunications industry involved.
We face hazards every day, but perhaps the most dangerous and unpredictable of them all is working around traffic. That's why work zone protection is everyone's first priority on a job site. It's not just about our safety, it's about protecting everyone in and around the job site. You, your crewmates, subcontractors, as well as passing drivers and people. Our procedures help us control what's going on inside our work zone, be it cones, signage, and of course, care. But one thing we can't control is people not paying attention.
We had a situation a few years ago. I received a phone call that one of our employees had been struck by a motor vehicle.
I'd been out there flagging with Austin for the whole week. And just so happened we had someone call out one day and I had to go with another crew.
That next morning, when I arrived at the office, seeing the employee's car still parked in the parking lot, it was very devastating.
It's moments like these that remind us just how dangerous our work can be, especially when we're out alongside traffic. It's also a reminder of why we have to put safety first, no matter what.
I'll look at the job beforehand and I have an inspector that'll check out the job and go ahead and have everything set up for them before they get there.
No, first thing you do is observe the job, any hazards in the way, anything like that.
When you get to the job, we need to do it as soon as you get to the job, not, 2 hours later after you started. We need to go ahead and point out what we need to do to make this happen safely.
Throughout the day, while our folks are out there working on their projects, they have to make sure that they're constantly keeping check on their work area protection, that no cones have gone out of place or been ran over by passing vehicles. Make sure the sign's not blown over. And we got to periodically check throughout the day just to make sure that we're working within our work zone. We want to keep everyone safe so everyone goes home at the end of the day.
First off, never start work until the appropriate work zone protection is completely set up. Only trained and qualified crew members are authorized to set up and perform traffic control, as they need to be right for the type of work, the location, and meet federal, state, and local requirements. When traffic control is set up by a third party, it's still our duty to make sure it is done properly to protect the public, you, and your crew. No matter who sets it up, it's everyone's responsibility to pay attention and stick to that plan.
We're each responsible for setting up proper work area protection, make sure our folks are protected as well as the pedestrians and the public.
They always say they keep their head on a swivel, always looking around.
Don't shortcut nothing. If it takes a little bit longer to do it the right way, then just do it. You won't go home, man. Do it right. Don't skip nothing. No shortcuts.
After that incident that day, it was kind of a rude awakening for all of us that it could happen in our backyard. It was very devastating for them to experience and see that happen to basically another family member.
You can't not talk enough about it. Yeah. Everybody's got family they want to go home to every day. So that's the main goal, is just to make sure we all get back home every day. And all the pedestrians out in the road also are safe. So it's not only for our protection, but theirs as well.
Protecting our work zone doesn't mean just going through the motions or ticking boxes. Following these rules, especially around traffic, is all about making sure we all go home safe at the end of the day.
That was one of the most difficult days of my life. You know, when you have to tell someone that their child's not coming home that day, I can't imagine being on the other end of that phone call or that conversation.